Hi friends, this is Chris with Josephine's Designs. I am coming back to do a re-video. Let me get the light over here a little bit better. Maybe that will help. I can't tell. Anyways, I am having editing issues, so I decided instead of spending another 2 hours trying to get this figured out, I'm just going to re-video. So I'm super excited. I have got an equip order that I had just put in. So I have used collagen for years. I have used a different brand. A friend of mine who is a keto coach said, please consider this one. So I am going to give this a try. Now we very much love the one we've been using for years and years and years and years. And then I have a second one that I even have in stock from Trim Healthy Mama. It's okay. It doesn't melt down in your coffee as well. But this one is grass-fed collagen. It's going to be cleaner. Bone and joint support is the number one reason. You do get some protein out of this. I don't know that this is as complete a protein. Let me see. You get 14 grams out of one scoop, which is better. And you get 30 servings per container. So I just ran out of my other. I'm going to go in there, put it in my jars that I set out for my husband and I. And there we go, because he puts it in his tea. All right, this is a prime protein. This is a beef isolate. This is grass-fed beef. And I believe this one is, no, it's unflavored. Okay, great. So I picked this up because I think this is what my friend was, I think she suggested this one. I don't know if she suggested this one, but I'm going to try it as well as I am using Keto Chow. So this one scoop is 20 grams of protein. The ingredients are grass-fed beef protein powder, and I'm trying to see if there's anything else in here. Looks like it's beef. And this is, of course, other ingredients, none. So I think it's just beef, and this one has, in addition to it, grass-fed beef protein powder. I'm okay with that. So it looks like it doesn't have anything extra in it. In other words, it's clean. So I am going to love using that as well. So, and what I do is I take it out of these. I'll rinse out the bag. I'll save it for a review with you guys. And then if I feel like I need this stuff on the back, I have a little notebook. I just shove all this stuff in it. And that way, if I need to go back, look it up. But seriously, when you're using this, if you label your jars, all you have to do is pull up an app or pull up something online and you're good to go. Core colostrum. This is a bovine, grass-fed, 100% pure. So cow again. And the colostrum powder is 3,000 milligrams, and 2 protein. So, I'm excited. It's shown to enhance immune function, gut health, and recovery with vital nutrients as an immunoglobulins, lactoferrin, growth factors, cytokines, and prolines-rich polypeptides. So I definitely have autoimmune. I definitely have gut issues. So I just thought, let's give it a try. Last but not least, I am not a person that can eat liver. Maybe because it was forced on me too much as a child in the Weight Watcher realm and by my sweet mom. And I, as an adult, have never cooked it one time. Literally not one time. Hold on a second, guys. No way. And so if you're wondering what I'm drinking, mineral water with element orange in it and ice. And that is like an orange soda. So yummy. Now it's salty because it has salt in it. That's what electrolytes do, but really good. Okay. And I really like this jar. Let me show you why. It has that to drink out of. And then it has, let me see if I can do it. Then it has this, so you can get your ice in there and you can clean it out really, really good. So guys, these are great. You can get them in Element. You can get them in a lot of different places. So I this is stainless steel. It keeps it really cold, like really cold. Okay, back to grass-fed liver, beef liver. I just decided that there's nutrients within this that I need to consider. I won't eat liver. I know this stuff myself. My husband kind of looked at me and goes, well, I'd eat gizzards. And I was like, well, good for you. Wasn't that rude? But it's real. There are just some things that were forced on me as a kid that I just cannot get my brain around. So I am super excited to share with you the next things. So we are getting ready for a trip. So all the things you just saw, they can even stay in the package and I could take them with me. And we're doing a couple of trips this summer. So at least, if not more. I picked up some of the Relight hydration, which is from Redmond's Real Salt. It's electrolytes, and I think it's stevia is their sugar source. Let me see. I don't think it is. I don't think there's any. I think no, stevia. Okay. So, I need electrolytes every day, just because of my diet and where I live. And this is the most cost effective. Now, they also sell it in, little like sticks, they call them. They were just out. And I'd rather have tried the variety pack to try the different ones, but I think this one is strawberry lemonade, and I always love a good strawberry lemonade. So I will put this in a glass jar because I'm not a plastic jar girl. So everything's got to go in glass. These are the element that is in here. I have the orange in here, but these are also great for travel. They're great to keep in your purse. They're great to keep in your gym bag, whatever you do. Triathletes, they love these. And these two electrolytes are so good for you, and especially like triathletes, real athletes use them, so it's worth doing. All right, the other thing from Redmond's Real Salt, since this is a redo, you're gonna have to forgive me. I opened this to taste it. So this is the cherry smoked salt. I haven't tried that yet. The Chef's Blend it's okay. It's not my favorite. My favorite is hickory. I did try the cherry. Let me get another taste because I thought maybe I don't know. Let me try it one more time. Maybe I didn't give it a fair shake. But I have out on the grill right now on the smoker, I have some meat and I used hickory. It's good. It's good, but I still think the hickory wins. So if I can buy this one by a bigger tub, that's what I'll do. I'll keep this one especially for things that are lighter, like maybe fish or, shrimp, things like that. And the cherry is, I don't know that I'll buy that again. It has a funny kind of aftertaste. I don't know. Anyways, okay. So the way this all got started was I was opening an order, and I'm just going to pull one out of each. I ordered Keto Brick, which I have never even tried. And I tried it with you guys. But the video was too long, and I'm just, like I said, I'm having editing issues, sorry. But I opened this one, and I do not know. I will put the Real Salt link down below. I don't get anything. Element, I don't get anything. Well, I think I've got an Element link that I can put that, I don't know. Anyways, there's something, I can't do the whatchamadoodle kit yet, but I can do, I don't know, it kind of helps. And then, but I did try this, and I saw this Keto Brick at, KetoCon. And because I was so new, and my friend told me basically, try this, try that, don't try this, don't try that. I was like really afraid to try anything extra. So when they had samples out, I didn't sample anything. I did not sample anything. I brought my lunch. I bought my water. That was it. Did I buy anything else there food-wise? I think I just bought water. I bought some beef sticks from a company I knew and trusted, Peterson's Farms, Peterson's Ranch. Anyways, but I have to say that this is phenomenal. So I'm going to taste it one more time with you guys while I've got all this salt in my mouth. But, so this one is peanut butter and chocolate. Oh yeah, that doesn't disappoint at all. I'm a real purist, so I used to love Reese's peanut butter cups. This is different, so you can't think of it as the same, but it is, if you have not had any chocolate or anything for months, I mean, even if you hadn't, it's really good. So this gentleman, I believe it's Robert Sykes. He developed these. He got into weightlifting, if I understand correctly, and he developed these to help meet his fueling needs. Now, these are they're called keto breaks. So this one is hold on, nootropic icing. Yes, I know. This one's peanut butter and chocolate, and this one is Bell's brownie batter. I think this one doesn't last as long. Now, what I have seen like Two Crazy Ketos do is they buy this, they cut it up, and they melt it. So he cuts it in 4 sections, puts it in a Pyrex measuring cup, and then he puts it in his microwave and he slowly melts it. So every however many seconds he'll check it. So I'd probably do like 15, 30 seconds, and then I check and stir, check and stir, check and stir, check and stir. And then he pours them in like the mini muffin, type of silicone pans, and then what he does, he puts it in the fridge, and then he pops them out and he puts them in a container. So what it does is it takes, so this is supposed to be a full day's fueling. It's 1,000 calories. It's 37 grams of protein. So I kind of debate that this is a full day, but if you were out and this is all you had to live on, you would survive. It's got, it has 9 carbs, and it has, let me see, that one has 14 carbs, and this one has 12. So this one is kind of your best deal for that, ironically. And then I believe these are shelf stable, but I will look this up. I believe that even once you've opened it, you can keep it out, but I will look it up. It was shipped with a brick. So as soon as you get your package, an ice brick. So as soon as you get your package, you want to definitely open it up because it will sweat. I didn't do that. I learned better. These are not inexpensive. I will tell you that. And I wanted to see, so like this one is 37 grams of protein. That is a lot of protein, but is that enough for a day? No. And I only say this because I went through that. Because of my GI tract issues, I have a terrible time getting protein in. Could I eat that? Oh yeah, like that. And, and in theory, I could do it. But I don't want my protein to come from just this. I kind of want this to be a treat. So when Two Crazy Ketos do this, they do 8. They break it down into 8 pucks. Some people do bigger, some people do smaller. It's a heavy fat, like this is 19 grams of fat, 91 grams, 89 grams. So, and you're probably wondering, why did you get icing? I will admit that before all of this, and especially in the early years, I would eat icing out of a tub. I'd put it in my fridge, and I would go in, I would get like one of those little teeny tiny fancy teaspoons, you put in a fancy teacup and saucer. I would do that, or I could go for the Big Mama Jumbo and do a tablespoon, and I would go in and I would get some icing, and that would be my treat. Talk about how bad for you, besides all the sugar and the bizarre content, and it's just regular cake icing, just the carbs, just the sugar and the carbs alone. No wonder autoimmune issues were my problem. But, I mean, it was just ripping my body down, no doubt. And it may not bother you. It bothered me. So, when I saw the icing, when I thought, yeah, I'm going to try it. Like I said, these are not inexpensive. They, I only bought 2 of each, and I bought them for 2 different trips. But I went ahead and opened this one so I could sample it with you guys. I'm not going to open those because I don't know the shelf life yet, or if I have to refrigerate them or whatever. And for me to melt these, I have to go out in the camper because we haven't had a microwave hardly at all in this house. I think we've done, we've bought one and returned it. Maybe a couple times, thinking, oh, we're going to use a microwave again. We just don't use a microwave. That was a personal decision. Our first microwave we had for, almost 30 years of our whole marriage. It was given to us as a Christmas gift before we got married in February. So my parents gave it to us. to put up for when we had a house, when we got married. So we had it forever. It was a great microwave, and I've just never found one that worked as well. It wasn't as efficient, and that one was small too, so it didn't eat up like, your whole shelf. But I have one in the camper, so I'll go out and I'll prep these. Probably next week. I'm going to see if I can keep this until next week like this. But I've seen people, when they make the pucks, they put them in a jar, so they seem to hold up. Okay, so there was one other thing I wanted to share, and I guess I put it up. Here it is. So when I travel, I will do things like beef sticks. These are 0 carb. I make sure they have no sugar. These have jalapeno. If you go to Buc-ee's, guys, I have listened to all these people that are keto. They're going to Buc-ee. They're eating the barbecue. Number one, the barbecue is, the brisket is, my husband and I got it a few weeks ago, and we were just like, this is terrible. Now, we live in the state of Texas, the capital, the barbecue capital of Texas. Literally, it is named that. It is not something that we're saying. It is literally named that. And when all of y'all come to Austin to KetoCon and you eat at Terry Black's family originated here in our town. So we have Blacks, we have Terry Blacks now, we have Chisholms, we have Kreitz's, we have Smitty's. Now, and there's one more that's just opened here in town. It's a gal that owns it, and I have not been there yet. She seems to have other options on the menu that look healthier, but there's no ingredient list, so it's going to take me a while when I go in there. But locals love Chisholm's. Number one, there's a drive-through, and number two, it is pretty clean. All sausages usually have sugar, so if you are in a low-carb, keto, carnivore, ketovore setting, you may want to avoid sausage out. Now, when you go over to Bastrop, Texas, there is a place called something Market. Hold on, I just lost it. Doggone it. I did it for the first video. Southside Market. Their sausage is clean. You can buy, it doesn't have sugar. You can buy it at Walmart. It is cheaper at the restaurant. There's one in Bastrop, one in Elgin. They have a meat counter as well. Like, you can go and talk to the butcher, and that's how we know all that we found out. They have some spices that were clean. Not all of them were clean, so you got to read the labels. But as far as this lifestyle, but I will tell you, like, I will be packing sausage on our trip because I could take in anything, plug it in a hotel room, and throw that sausage in. So it will be frozen when we leave in an ice chest. Love to get one of those ice chests that you plug in and it works like a mini fridge. But anyways, we'll see. I don't think that's going to happen, but it'd be nice. And I will be taking these in that are already in the pucks. I will be taking this. I'll be taking my elements, of course, and I will be taking, I don't know if these are like Food Saver quality. I've got to read, but these are from Daiso. They're these little bitty packets, so I will be setting up my own relight packets, one way or another. And then I will be taking, I like the beef sticks that I get at Sam's. They're a lot cheaper. They're the Archer. They're grass-fed. I think they're grass-finished. I can't remember. But they're a little bit shorter, and they're basically 50 cents a stick. And so for a stick like this, I don't know if they're exactly the same ounce, wise, but this would be $1. So, and that's still cheaper than what I'm getting, that I got these for. These have jalapeno. If you go to Buc-ee's, the jalapeno beef sticks are clean. The turkey has, like you see the packets ready to go. It has sugar. Everything you read has sugar. If you're trying to avoid sugar in your life, read your ingredient list. Clearly the barbecue had sugar. My husband and I took one bite and it was just like, ugh, that's brisket is not, ugh. And we brought it home. I put it on the smoker. My husband said, well, maybe if you smoke, it'll be better. I put it on our smoker, our Traeger, and gave it to our daughter. And our daughter was like, okay, yeah, sure, I'll eat it. And sure, it doesn't bother me. Because she's anyway, she probably weighs 100 pounds if she does. And she didn't eat it. She did not eat it. So there's something in that brisket. I'd rather you come to my house and me cook you something on our Traeger. That, just don't buy it. Don't buy it. Don't do the jerky. You have to read your ingredients list. And if you are 100% sugar-free, no sugar, you have really got to read those lists. Now, they have like boiled eggs in a cup. They have cheese chunks in a cup. And if you are keto, they have fruit and veggies, but just think about what you're looking at. The meat, I would say go on down the road. In Texas, you got a barbecue spot on every corner. Just go to the next one and say no sauce, because that's usually where your sugar is. So, okay, there's that. Now, what else would I take on this trip? I will take cheese slices that I'll pre-slice. I love the extra sharp white Cabot. The orange has dye. There's a dye. It does not naturally come that color, the orange cheese. So why eat that when you can eat the white? It's perfect. And then I will also, and I'll take that grated and I will take it sliced. We just throw it through our food processor. We don't buy it pre-grated. I have occasionally got it pre-sliced. The reason that I'll be doing that is so that one of the drive-thrus of 3 drive-thrus that you can go to in this lifestyle that works really well is, of all things, McDonald's. And their quarter pounder burgers are fantastic. They'll serve them to you in a container. You can get all the fixings if you want them. I don't get the fixings. I used to get a little bit of onion. I probably won't do that anymore. I bring my own ketchup, or I just don't use ketchup. And honestly, they are so well done, you don't need ketchup. I've asked for bacon. I get bacon. The cheese, it feels processed to me, so that's why I'm going to bring my own grated, because I can put back on that lid, stick it in the windshield if I need to, eat it up, and eat it. My husband was so funny the other day. He had some leftover food, and he said, give me that. And I said, okay. And we were going in that Southside Market, and he's putting it in the window, and I said, why are you putting that in the window? And he goes, well, that's my warming light. And I said, exactly. I mean, that's the whole thing in Texas. We keep it nice and warm here, but especially in the summer. But the other 2 places are In-N-Out Burger, and you can just order by the patty. And then also, I can't remember 100%, but I think the third one was Wendy's. Not a huge Wendy's fan. I used to love their baked potatoes. I don't eat potatoes anymore. And I used to love their salads, and I used to love their tea. I just don't go there because I don't know that, and I'll have to try their burgers again. I had a really bad experience at a camp when the food went bad, and we ate at Wendy's almost every single day, and I could not. I was going into high school. I never ate another Wendy's burger after that, I don't think. I just couldn't do it. I'd get the chicken, I'd get something else, but I would not eat the burgers. So it's just a really good way of knowing. Now, you can also do Chick-fil-A. I don't know if they add sugar in their unbreaded chicken strips, but I would think they would be good. I don't know. I'll have to check into that. There are things like that. So when you're traveling, you kind of have to take what you can get. Now, my husband pitches a fit because he thinks McDonald's is way overcharging for my 2 hamburger patties and my cheese and my bacon. So, and he's not far off, but I also know that other people go to other places and it is outrageously expensive. It has a strange, crazy good flavor. I don't know why, but it is really good at McDonald's. And I mean, I'm a person who cooks on a Traeger. I'm a person that, is kind of a weird foodie. So, yeah, that works. So, well, I'll do that. I'll also take, like I said, I'll take the sausage with me. I'll also take my dash and take some, like a dozen eggs and the cheese, and I can literally whip that together. If I have some pre-cooked hamburger or sausage, and I'm getting ready to make my own sausage because I don't like buying sausage, like ground sausage out. There's always sugar, there's always junk. So I'm just going to make my own. It's not that hard. And but I'm getting ready to make chicken sausage, and I want to make it an apple chicken sausage. I can't eat apple, but I got apple extract coming. So I'm super excited. That comes tonight. I'm going to try that. Maybe terrible, maybe great. We'll see. I'm not going to make a big batch. I'm just going to make a little link and cook it up and see if it's worth doing. So there's just a lot of different things that as we look at how do we I'll travel with pre-cooked meat. I'll travel with, like hamburger meat. I will definitely dehydrate and make my own jerky. We'll take that. I will also, you can take ribeye and pound it, thin ribeye, and pound it really, really thin. Laura Spath did it here on YouTube. And then you can put it in your dehydrator. Well, before I put in my dehydrator, I put it on my smoker for X amount of time. And then I put in my dehydrator. And it won't last forever, but I can food savor it and it'll last a few days. So there's just things like that that I'll try. I'm also just put in an order. We'll pick it up today. I haven't had lunch meat in a long time, so I was reading on my list, checking all the carbs, checking the ingredients. Um, Lunch meat is one of those things that can get really funky quick. And since last night, I made the chicken drummies. When I was food tested years and years and years and years and years and years ago, when I was in probably junior high, one of the things I was most allergic to was chicken. And I'm not going to get yucky here, but it made me sick. Instantly, I was sick. And then I had to start my dinner over. I went and made keto chow ice cream, which was easy. I mean, it's the same ingredients as a shake. You just put ice in it. And I ran that through my Vitamix, and I shared with my husband and daughter. I ate half. They each got a fourth because they'd eaten their dinner, plus they'd already eaten dessert. So, and I'll have that picture up before this video comes up, so you can go see that on Instagram. It was okay. It was the first time I tried the natural strawberry. It was funky. And I will tell you that my youngest said, I don't like this. And I said, okay, that's fine. I appreciate your honesty. And my husband was like, I could do this. Yeah, if you made this for me in the morning, I could do this. And I was like, well, if I made it for you in the morning, it wouldn't be ice cream. And he goes, it's like soft serve ice cream. And he was like, I don't care, man, I do it. And so we had fresh blackberries from the garden. And so they had started to drip. So I took the drippings, added it in this morning, and I threw a few blackberries in. I gave him like 2/3 of it. I took a third, and it kind of nipped that taste. Now, did I add carbs adding blackberries? Yes. Did I add tons? I probably got 3 blackberries worth in that, if even that, in my particular shake. So I didn't like inundate it with it. I just did a small handful, threw it in, plus that dripping juice, and it was fantastic. And did it kill all the flavor? No. But did it make it better? Yes. The only thing is, if you don't like seeds, you might want to puree them first, strain the seeds off, and then put it in. I don't know, whatever you like to do. So those are things. I will take a mixer or a blender. I will not take my Vitamix. It's too expensive, and I don't want anything to happen to it. I have a travel blender. I love a high-speed travel blender, and I just gave mine that was brand new in the box to our son. But they're getting ready to travel all summer, so I want him to have that. They live on shakes. I'm going to look out in the camper and see what I have out there. If I only have a glass pitcher Black & Decker, then I'm going to have to pray through if that's what I want to carry around all summer. But I'm good with that. I'm good with it. So what else will I take? So lunch meat, pre-cooked hamburger patties. There'll be a lot of things. But bacon. I will make tons of bacon on the Traeger, and I will take that, and I will, pardon me. Excuse me, I'll food saver it down. Pardon me. Sorry guys. That salt is making it's like I don't know, what do you call it? You're getting water in your mouth. I will food saver down that bacon. If anybody knows how long smoked bacon that you pat dry so it won't be oily, and I cook my bacon, I like crispy. I'm not going to lie. My husband and daughter, they like it floppy. I'm a crispy girl. So, but I know once I do this, it will probably not stay as crispy as I want. If I food saver it down, how long will that last in a refrigerator or in refrigeration? So, because I will just carry that in a nice chest or a lunchbox. Also, when you stay in a hotel, guys, even though it's probably not super clean bacon, they usually, if they have like a continental breakfast, you might be able to get bacon. I mean, that's an option. I don't remember because we haven't stayed in many hotels and I haven't eaten many breakfasts, but you can usually get an egg or a boiled egg and maybe some bacon for breakfast. For being a vegetarian, vegan for so many years, I can't even tell you. I would get a bagel and put a smear of cream cheese and or peanut butter, and then on the cream cheese I put a little jam on top. I talk about a total carb loaded breakfast. I would sometimes get eggs if they had scrambled eggs, and if they have scrambled eggs and cheese, I would do that too. And a lot of times if they do that, they'll have salsa. Everything else I pretty much wouldn't touch. And I have to admit that when they cook those eggs, they're not going to use the kind of oil I want either. So, I'll weigh that out. But, and I would literally, because I prefer stuffed eggs before I prefer like hard boiled. I know it's just a personal thing. And I would literally cut those in half on the paper plate, take a bottle of mustard. So I'll carry my condiments, mustard, relish, a sugar-free, carb-free. I mean, it's not fake sugar. It's just no sugar. Carb-free relish that I have in my fridge. And then I will carry my no sugar ketchup by Primal Kitchen. I might take a Primal Kitchen mayonnaise. I don't really care for mayonnaise, but my husband does. And my daughter. So if I made stuffed eggs, I would have my own mustard, my own relish. I would take some chopped onions, white. I can do the white. I can't do the red. The red causes a reaction, a flare, arthritis wise. And I can't remember if they have extra oxalates. I can't remember. There's something there. I can't remember. And then I would take, and I mean tiny amount of onions. I don't use many onions anymore. I would put that pickle relish in it, and I would definitely, for my husband and daughter, I'd add the mayonnaise for them. So all I can say is there's ways to work a breakfast bar at a hotel that you could even make lunch for later. You could take bacon. You could take, hard-boiled eggs. You could do all that in the car. You could do it while you're there. Take it back to your room and do it. Things like that. And another thing is, guys, I have plastic trays from IKEA, like food, lunch trays. And I think I'm going to take 3 on this trip. It's such a weird thought. But they don't have trays anymore when you go down to make your breakfast in these hotels usually. And my husband used to always bring like a tray back of breakfast and coffee and things like that for me when we travel, because I never wanted to get up. I just wanted them to go away and let me have the room to myself and the kids. It's so mean. But I'm going to take those trays so we can all 3 go down, get our breakfast, quote, and take it back to the room. And then we could just throw bacon in a Ziploc bag, eggs, can make boiled eggs. You can have boiled eggs, you can have scrambled eggs, you can make stuffed eggs for later, just things like that. So get creative. You're not stealing, and you're not, you're not. You can argue this, but I know 1 meal a day people that would be their whole meal. So I can't eat hardly anything in 1 meal. And so for me, I need ways to have at least 3 meals a day that have significant protein, little to no carbs, etc. So I need the fuel. Now, that's me. This is me traveling. This is how I'm going to save money. You can also, if you bring a dash, you can, do the keto chow type, or you could do, carry the eggs, carry the cheese, carry the ground sausage or hamburger pre-cooked, throw it all together, throw it in your little dash, and you're good to go. Dashes can get messy, so you're going to want something underneath it because it will drip out grease if you're using carnivore recipes. Okay, I think that's it. I'm going to take this in like the pucks for something sweet. Not only will it satisfy me because it has a goodly amount of fat, but it has nutrients, and also it has protein. And also when my husband is sitting there eating bags upon bags upon bags of stuff, I'm going to have a backup. And the other thing, and I will link everything, even all the prime protein. And again, so if I'm taking a blender, I can make a shake. I can do a keto shake. I will take the keto pouches. I will do all of that. But I also will take, as they are going to sit and munch on their stuff, I get these. These are the Max Golden Cracklins, or pork rinds, or chicharrones if you live here in Texas. And I've tried several of them and I did not like them. And you have to know, as an ex-vegetarian vegan, this makes my skin crawl. And remember, I was in FFA. I had to work with pigs, etc. But and pigs are gross. They're just stinky gross, especially if they're kept in a pen. But these are crunchy. These are yummy. If you have access to like a microwave, you can literally throw cheese on top of these, and maybe even some ground meat if you want to take ground meat with taco seasoning on it, or just put a little taco seasoning on top of it. Throw it in the microwave if you just want plain ground meat, and you could literally make nachos on the road. It just depends. Like some hotels, you get a microwave in your room. just a hint. So, I have literally, when I was having a hard time eating, I have literally taken grated cheese, that Cabot extra, extra sharp, thrown it on these and just eaten it straight, not even melted it. It was good. I mean, was it the perfect meal? Absolutely not. This is not a perfect protein. It will say it has protein. It is not a perfect protein. So, but for me, it was something I could get down. It was just something I could get down. And that was a big deal. When like last night, I didn't think I could eat another thing, but I went in and I made the keto chow ice cream. And tonight we'll try the core. And then I'll try, because I want a day off in between, and then we'll try the ones with the sucralose. I'll see what that's like. But I think right now, this is what I'm taking. I'm also taking the keto chow soup mixes. That's easy to throw in. Oh my goodness, I'm going to come back with a recipe. You guys are going to die. It's so good. But that's what I'm going to take. We will hit a grocery store. We will stay only in Airbnbs once we get to the long-term place. Yeah, I mean, this is, I know how to work a grocery cart really easy. Matter of fact, I will preload that grocery cart. We will pick up the groceries on the way to the Airbnb or right after we drop our stuff off at the Airbnb on the first trip. And then on the second trip, I will probably work a Walmart cart is what I will work. In Texas, I'll do HEB. The other one, we're going out of state. So I will probably work a Walmart cart because I know how to work a Walmart cart. I'm good at it. I know, or even Sam's. I could do a Sam. If we're going to be there a week, I could do a Sam's run. So you've got to get what works for you. The only other thing that I don't have here is I will take keto brains, and that is a like powder that you add into your coffee. Like I used to put the collagen in, and I still do, but keto brains is an MCT oil, and it works a lot like this. And it works also kind of, to me, it's very similar to like putting cream in your coffee. So it takes the place of cream. I like the cream better. You could also put butter in if you don't want the carbs. And cream has very low carbs. But when you're down to 10 or under, it's, every carb counts. And then the other thing that I do is I'll add keto chow into my coffee too. And that's a way, matter of fact, this morning I added the chocolate core in my coffee, and I will go back and do a part 2 coffee this afternoon after I eat my brunch, and then I will go there. So those will go in the car with me. And the way I do my, those glass, I don't know the brand, I've forgotten it. It's a French yogurt. I got the little wood stopper tops. I saved the glass jars. I put all my spices in those, and I keep one of keto chow core, the chocolate, and I keep it right by my little Keurig. And so when I open up a package, I'll put a little bit in my coffee, and then the rest will go in that jar, and I just use it. I do it by the spoonful. So all I can say is you've got to get what works for you. You've got to find out what you can handle. I do the keto chow core unsweetened because they're out of stevia right now. Because I get the I do that, this, and the keto brains, and I do the chocolate salt. And that's what I put in my coffee every day, and that has a little bit of stevia in it, so I don't need to add anything sweet. So you just have to see what works for you. You have to just try it. There are some combinations I can't eat because it'll upset my tummy. And even in coffee. I just have to be really wise about it. So do what works for you. Find what things are clean and do your research, and just ask the people who've been in the game way longer than me, but I'm just sharing with you. The whole thing in this particular part of the channel is this is my journey. So equip, I was pointed to very quickly. Of course, I've been doing Redmond's for probably, I don't know, 25, 26 years. Redmond salt, and then all the new things I'm trying. Elements, I started getting these last year around Christmas time, maybe before that. We've always done beef jerky. This is new. It's new. And definitely all the smoke salts. I have been using rubs, but a lot of your rubs have sugar and they really aren't clean. So you don't want MSG, you don't want, I mean, there's just things that you just don't want. So look for that. And then also the keto brick is new, and winner chicken dinner. That's all I can say. And the main reason I was willing to try it was a friend of mine who is a keto coach who has been so gracious, so helpful to me. She definitely, I watch her to see what she does on her social media. And if she tries it, I'm willing to try it. I trust her. So you've got to find the people that you trust to guide you in your food trying. And literally, your diet is your diet. You do not have to fit into, I'm on the lion diet, but I want to have this. Is that lion? I don't know. So you need to say, I'm on the K diet. I'm or the Chris diet. I'm doing what works for me. Is it? It's ketovore. That's what it is. It is literally ketovore. That's what it is. So I am 90 to 95%, mostly animal products, well, probably 95%. And then I'm doing a little bit of extra. I'm doing the keto chow. I'll try the prime protein. I'll do some things like that. Now, the keto chow is beef based on my keto chow core chocolate. It's a beef base. It's a beef protein. So, which is weird. I know usually they're milk protein. So this is a beef protein. So there's things like that you can use. Okay, friends. Hope I haven't overwhelmed you. Hope this is faster to upload. I love you guys. If you have any questions, you can message me at healthylivingforhim@gmail.com, and that is the number 4. You can also look for me on Instagram. I'm starting to put more and more pictures up there. I also have the website, healthylivingforhim.com. You're very welcome. I'm starting to rebuild it. It's a work in progress, guys. You can leave a comment below. Feel free. If you want to leave a comment below, put your email. I will not post that comment. I filter comments because we've had some real trolls, and but I want you guys to feel free to ask questions. If I don't know, I know people who do, right? Okay. Another person that I highly recommend is Dr. Barry. I am down over 41 pounds today. I am thrilled about that. I joked and said that was almost half of my daughter's weight, and she's tiny. But, and forgive me if I'm repeating because, I'm reshooting this, but I will tell you that when I met Dr. Barry at KetoCon, he said, Chris, you're not going to lose weight. And I'm sure you've already lost some, but your real goal isn't weight, it's your health. And if this helps me be healthy, if this helps me stay on track, if this helps my body heal, hands down, I'm willing to try to do, to drink, to eat specifically. And do I miss, bananas? Yes, I miss bananas. Do I miss chocolate? Well, maybe not anymore. And I've also have Lily's chocolate, but there's carbs in that, so I just want to be really wise about that. Do I miss, and I haven't eaten Lily's chocolate but once since I went on this, and that was just, I think it was Resurrection Sunday weekend, because I was like, everybody else is getting dessert, I just want something. It was like my first week or 2 of being on this diet. I've got an order coming that I'm thrilled with. That is a keto bakery that I am going to hopefully put everything in the freezer, and we'll take it on our trip, or we'll try it and enjoy it for Father's Day weekend on that, and we're going on a trip that weekend, and that will be a treat for my husband, and it won't have or it'll be lower carbs, and it won't have grains, and it won't have all the things that we need to avoid. So there's some things like that I'm willing to try. I just think you have to find what works for you. For me, my goal is, yes, for myself to get healthier, but also for my husband. He has some issues, and I think that if he tried this, it might help. My daughter's fine. I mean, that kid can eat anything she wants, but I mean, she's really sweet about it. She eats the way we eat, so, that's how that goes. But I just think that whatever is your why, my why is to be healthy. My why is to be able to walk. My why is to be able to go and do. My why is to have energy. My why is to not feel sick 24/7. My why is to be stronger, stronger. I watched a gal last night rip this thing open, and I thought, I always just grab scissors. I wonder if I could rip that open. I haven't even, let's see. I don't think I can. And it had, oh, I got it. I sat last night and I watched her and I thought, I can't do that because my hands aren't strong yet. Oh my goodness. Okay, guys, there you go. I could not have done that a month ago. I could not have done that 3 months ago. My hands would have hurt just to bend to pick it up. And that weighs nothing. Oh my goodness gracious. Okay, I'm going to go now because I'm going to cry because that is amazing. And I know you're probably thinking that's so silly, but if you've been as sick as I have and you could not walk, you could not stand up, you had to walk with not just one cane, sometimes two, you know what it is to not feel sick. You know what it is to be able to think. You know what it is to be able to do. It just, the list is endless. So, yeah. Okay, guys. So I am thrilled and thankful. And I sent a message this morning saying, praise the Lord, down over 41 pounds. And that person called me and I said, that's not the focus, but what an extra ice, cherry on top. What an extra blessing. And my goal is I would love to lose a total of about 104 pounds. I don't know that I'll get there, but I don't care. As long as I get stronger and stronger and stronger every day, and by God's miraculous grace, if my knee cartilage can somewhat rebuild enough to be able to live the rest of my life without a knee replacement, that would be a miracle. As of right now, it's a double stem replacement, which is just absolutely nauseating when I think about that prosthetic piece that I was shown. Usually you have one stem. I would have two stems put in. And at this point, and I've seen an ortho in this realm, a very highly valued and respected gentleman. And he just said, wait and see. If you're doing better, wait. The only reason we replace is if you're in pain. So if your pain's better, wait and see. I do have problems with it every now and then still. And the pain isn't 100% gone, but it may be manageable. And the more I lose, every pound you lose is 7 pounds off the pressure of knee, 7 pounds of pressure off the knee. Last I was told by an ortho. So yeah, I mean, that's a lot of pressure off. So we'll see what happens. So, but again, weight loss is not the goal, is not the key. The whole key is to feel better, to live better, guys. Okay. I'm excited. Sorry, sometimes I get a little excited about this, but I want to share that with you guys. I want to give you hope. I want you to know there is something out there that has helped heal thousands upon thousands, tens of thousands and thousands. I don't even know the number. It's astronomical when I look at this community. And all I can say is, what's it worth? Why not give it a try? And you're going to have your doctor say no, you're going to die of a heart attack, you're going to do all of that. There are cardiologists and cardiothoracic surgeons that are heavily promoting and teaching in this arena. And there's reasons for that. And so you just have to look at it and think, okay, why are they doing that? So anyways, there's some options out there. It's definitely some options. So, and it is not over. It is not over until it's over. Okay, guys? So do the best you can. This is how I'll travel. This is how I'll be so thankful to have such wonderful choices. And trying things now lets me know better how to pack. I'm so glad I didn't pack the first round of what I bought. Ugh. I think the chickens liked them, but anyways. All right. I pray your day is blessed, creative, and lovely. If you enjoyed this particular video, please give it a thumbs up. If you are not a part of our channel, please consider subscribing, giving me a thumbs up, subscribing, and leaving a comment. Absolutely helps this channel, and I so appreciate it. I video 5 days a week on planning and Bible study, Bible journaling, And then I do this one on Saturday, one day a week, about healthy choices. So I hope you guys will consider those opportunities. It doesn't cost you a thing, and it really helps me. And guys, I mean, I'm not even at the point where I'm, I have money coming in. I'm definitely, even after all these years, I pay for everything in my pocket unless somebody sends me something to review. And so many of y'all have been so gracious and sent me things and said, will you guinea pig this? Will you try this? I just got the keto chow thing. Will you give this a try? Yes, I am very willing. There are a lot, you always want to check with me first though, because there's some things I'm not even willing to try because I know that I know I have limitations health-wise. So, and allergy-wise. So, but these kinds of things definitely. And I do appreciate everybody who's been so gracious with that and people who have donated and people who've given. I mean, I'm just so humbled by it. I'm just so humbled by it. Okay, friends, I love you guys. I will put all these links below. If you have any questions, reach out. Again, I pray your day is blessed, creative, and lovely. I love you. But as much as I love you, God loves you so much more. Go out, make it a great day. Choose this day who you're going to serve. As for me and my house, we're going to serve the Lord, and we're going to do our very best to be pleasing to Him. And when I eat healthy foods, that's an opportunity. So, all right, guys. Love you guys. Y'all take care. Bye now.